Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is a general reading for the new moon in Gemini. So May the 22nd. Well, depending where you are. I think it might be the 23rd somewhere, but I think mainly the May the 22nd, depending where you are in the world. Now, this is quite a complicated new moon, so I'm not going to dive into the astrology for it greatly, because there's loads of professional astrologers here on YouTube who have done it so much better than me. And if you want to see their interpretations of it, there's a link down below for my for the Facebook group for this channel, and I post all of their videos there as well. Now, this is a bulk introduction, so you can watch more than one of them, because watch your sun, watch your moon, watch your rising, like I say every single time. And if you don't know what your moon and rising are, there's a link down below as well for a free birth chart. It's really important to watch your rising, because then you also know what house the new moon or whatever event is occurring in. As long as you know what your rising or ascendant is, that'll explain a lot. Right, so being a general reading rules apply. If there's another person who features in here, which don't often, but it does happen, roles can be reversed. I can assume I'm talking about them and I'm talking about you, and vice versa, because the cards don't come with name tags. Timing is hardly absolute. This is a weird new moon, because you could say its energies last for 2 weeks, because the full moon is a lunar eclipse. So that will supersede the new moon energy. However, new moons set things, they plant things, they start the creation of things. So there's a cycle from this new moon in Gemini to the full moon in Gemini, which I assume is about 6 months down the line. I assume they're about 6 months away. Are they? Yeah, I'll assume. I'm sure it's not. No, it's about a month away, isn't it? Anyway, I'll work that out later. Brain is obviously not firing on all cylinders right now. Like I say, general reading. However, this reading either is for you or it isn't, because it does have a bit of a past and a present. So if the past and the present don't fit, it's a Celtic cross spread. It's the way I read. It's not really a take what resonates, leave the rest. It's either take the lot or don't. But what I would like you to do is ask a question beforehand. So pause the video if you have to, take a moment to think about all of the questions that surround you. Focus on one of them, because energy in, energy out. Basically you focus, hopefully gives the reading energy, and I return that to you in the reading. But be aware of all of the questions, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important question. Now back to this new moon in Gemini. It is a moon that is seeking to find the truth. It is the Gemini energy is one that likes to look at things from both sides, take things to bits to examine it, separate them so they can join them back together again. But at the same time, we've got Venus retrograde square Neptune, plus we've got all the other retrogrades that are occurring, Saturn, Jupiter, all of those that are going on, so that you need to be aware that really it's truth that's close to home. It's personal truth that you are trying to find. And also, what is true right now might not still be true in 2 or 3 weeks' time. However it works, it might not still be true. So it's personal truth in the moment, living in the now. That's always a good new age hippie concept, isn't it? Living in the now. And I think this new moon in Gemini certainly is going to give us an opportunity to examine our nows and see, are we really living in it, and what do we want to change if we are? Okay, so that's enough waffle out of me. Like I say, look at the astrologers videos in the Facebook group. Now, in that Facebook group, you can message me directly if you want a personal reading. You can also message me through Twitter and Tumblr. The details are down below. Other than that, please press the like button if you like the reading, or the subscribe button. Definitely the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel. Or as Namaste TV call it, the Google politics. But let me shut up now and bring up the cards for you. Okay, Aquarius, and welcome Aquarius Moon and Rising after the timestamp if you've just joined us. Now, yours must be the third or fourth potentially love reading that this new moon has given. And just as a personal note, I don't understand it. We have Venus retrograde, square Neptune. Anything that you are attracted to right now, you're probably not going to be attracted to in 2 months' time. You know, unless it appeared long before this transit started happening. If it's a recent thing, go slowly. But that's just the astrological advice. But we have you standing firm, nurturing yourself, holding true to your convictions and defending your own beliefs right now. You are very much in a position of your own, yes, your own personal power outwardly. Maybe over much so, because inside I feel like you're searching for your own inner light and you're trying to find the urge to move forward, yet you're still suffering from the nightmares and the anxiety and the stress, because there's a few things I want to point out here in a moment. We have how you're feeling, the Hermit clarified by the Nine of Swords, so, you know, the nightmares and what have you. Nine of Swords echoed on the bottom of the main deck. One thing that is sure is coming along is change. We have death on the bottom of the clarification deck. We have change coming from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. We have 10 of Swords as an obstacle clarified by the 8 of Swords. And again, 8 of Swords as the final outcome card. So it's, I almost feel like there's something that you raced away from. There is something that you left. We have Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, the two fastest knights in the deck, in the past position. So this is something that you hurtled away from. Knight of Swords, some people call that a Facebook stalker card. You know, there's stalker card, or at least social media stalker card. I don't normally think like that, but that. Even before I pulled the Oracle cards, I was like, oh, look, there's the Stalker card. Which really made me question where this reading was going to go. And then, from the Moonology Oracle, we get a new romantic cycle begins. So I was like, all right, I'll pull a Romance Angel, and we get chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So you're trying to find your own way to move forward. But it seems like you are defending your self-care to the world, while hopefully this Hermit with the Nine of Swords is a healing process, and you're not just locking yourself away and feeling crappy and then going out into the world going, no, I'm fine, I'm doing well, I'm doing okay. You made this move. You was the one that decided to leave whatever it was, you know. And bear in mind, this might not be a love reading. This could be about a job. This could be about a situation. I've got nothing that tells me one way or another here. But what Spirit is bringing in for you is the question: do you really have? Well, how do I phrase this? 8 of Cups with 6 of Cups. Do you really hold value in the dreams of the past? What you wanted, does it still hold value? Now, like I say, Venus retrograde square to Neptune in Taurus. The Venus in Taurus, that is. Your awareness of what is valuable to you is shifting and changing from day to day, and in 2 months' time will probably be different again. But that's a good thing right now, because it is making you question, hang on a minute, that's always held value to me. Does it really hold value to me right now? Now, it may be that the answer's no, and then 2 months down the line, it's yes again. But this is an exploratory time. Do not commit yourself to anything, whether it's large purchases or marriage. You know, there's, when I say marriage, look at what you've got at the bottom of the deck to work with. The Hierophant, clarified by the Hierophant. One of the marriage cards for some people. I would be wary of, I mean, the thing is with this particular Hierophant card, I tend to get vows that you've taken. They're more like knightly vows of celibacy than they are about marriage. And I think you are being called to look at all of the various forces and aspects in your life and say, right, is that serving my spiritual purpose or not? If not, get rid. Because you've been in a period of getting rid of things by you taking yourself out of a situation, but you can actually get rid of some things for yourself. You can put an end to some form of torment, whatever it is. That torment remains an obstacle at the moment, but it is not. Ten of Swords clarified by the Eight of Swords. It's bigger in... This is going to sound so dismissive. It's bigger in your mind than what it is in reality. Okay? Because I feel like someone else here is really causing you to question your worth. We have Seven of Pentacles, failure, clarified by Six of Pentacles, which is exactly about determining what your worth is. It may well be someone along the lines of saying they're trying to help you. Are they really? Or are they satisfying their own wants, needs, desires by being in that role for you? Think about that one. Because there is I don't feel good about the person in that Six of Pentacles. And surprisingly, that's a card, Six of Pentacles, that I've really started liking recently. I never used to like it. You know, it was always like debt and leverage and all that sort of thing. But recently it's been wonderful. It's been magical for me. Yeah, not this one. It's... she seems disinterested, and she seems more interested in what she can get out of helping somebody else, especially since she's reinforcing that message of failure. Failure in what? Because you chose to move? I don't think that's a failure. Now, you can surge ahead with that same energy, but with a little bit of planning. And this is what you are called for. Identify what you do want to marry yourself to. And that, in those terms, I'm meaning ideals, and plan accordingly. Knight of Wands with the Two of Wands here. Like I say, if there is a new lover that appears, great. Now I thought, wait to see if it will last once this aspect is over. And Venus turns direct again. It's 40 days and we're well into it by now. Or have a wonderful fling that then afterwards, oh well, see what happens. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes a wonderful fling is very therapeutic, you know, and sometimes not so much. As long as you know what you're getting into. Because, and that's what this card here, Bina, the left eye, knowledge, is saying. Know what you're getting into. Really get into the inside. Look, he's put his hands behind his back and he's thrusting his arms forward through the hole in his stomach. You know, we can't do that. That's why these are angel type creatures and we're not. But he's really getting to the heart of the matter. Look at that tiny little globe that is hovering above his hands. So it is asking all of your brains, the one in your head and the one in your belly. Now, oh, there's 3 cards. I thought there was only 2. You are right to defend your position, your self-care, your your convictions at the moment. You are right to stand in that defensive posture. That way is lying power and strength for you. But there's an I suppose in a way that's saying there's an element of fake it till you make it, because you're right in doing what you're doing, but is it really permeating through to the inside? This is just the external stuff you're throwing out. And then we have the Hanged Man. Things are supposed to be confusing at the moment because there is wisdom coming to you from this confusion. There is wisdom coming to you from from assessing all the dreams that you had and going, is that really still valid? Do I still want that? Because I feel that Spirit is saying, are you sure you want that? You know, is that what you want to go to? Because there's a stubbornness here as well. And although you are right and will gain strength by defending, don't defend too hard. This attitude change, you don't need to convince the rest of the world. You just need to convince yourself. What is standing against you here is Hestia within a fire. Hestia, the goddess of home and hearth. So this inner fire that you're directing outwards, instead of holding inside and using it to burn away and transmute those things that you do not need anymore. But what is really interesting, the god force that is supporting you right now is Eros, desire. It's your desires are pushing you forward. Good. You've got a lot of rubbish to clear out in the meantime. So, you know, as each desire comes up, analyze it and go, yeah, I still want it. Damn right, I want it. Or, no, that's like shooting myself in the foot. Why would I do that? But you may find that if there's something that you truly desire, that yes, you can wait until after Venus retrograde in Taurus square Neptune is over, because we have, from the Wisdom of the House of Night, the Forbidden card. Now, I'm going to read this one out, but basically it says, not right now. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed and not all desires are realised. Right now, I am saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. This is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. This is a symbol to move on and choose another path. Now, since we've got Mr. Facebook Stalker here, whatever that may be, so I do feel with that Knight of Swords, whatever it is that you've walked away from, it's not finished yet. And it's not finished yet in here, even if it's finished in the outside world. So you need to redirect this assertiveness inwards. Don't tell the world, tell yourself. Now there's a good name for the reading, isn't it? Don't tell the world, tell yourself, because there is change coming. This is part of the changing process. It is going to be stressy. Of course it's stressy. We don't like change. As much as all of us people who look for guidance and whatever, we're as human as the next person. We don't like change. You know, it's, but new things are coming. The two cards from the angel deck. The guardian angel of creativity, so new ways, new paths forward. It says creative energy flows from me the more I choose to express my feelings. Now that's a really interesting one, because you can say, well, I'm expressing my feelings by telling the world how much I'm standing by my convictions. Are you expressing your feelings, or are you expressing who you want to be? So you need those feelings to be expressed inwardly, so that the inner child or the inner shadow, or even the inner angel, whatever, goes, yeah, you're right, I want that as well. Because I think there's an element here of your rational brain knows it's the right thing, and your emotional bodies are like, do we have to? We're happy where we are. We don't want to move, but move. So yes, broadcast that message, but broadcast it inwards, because you're not going to get anything that you want immediately, And if there is this new romantic cycle, you can wait till the 40 days is over at least. Although I think the Venus square Neptune carries on a bit longer than that. So yeah, check your stars. Then we have the angel of trust. I trust in the divine power of goodness and love to protect and guide me. And I think that's not featured anywhere else here, apart from you've got this challenging process going on. So I would try and engender that sensation of trust, because you are in a hanged man time. You are being called to walk away from some dreams, which will leave part of you going, well, if I walk away from that dream, what have I got left? What you've got left is something new coming, death, change. A new romantic cycle begins. Hopefully. At the right time and place. You know, so you need to clear out the old dreams. And you need to direct that assertiveness that you're showing to the world inwards. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Aquarius, because it's fairly specific, please do comment down below. Press the like and subscribe button while you're passing, if you would please. Or join the Facebook group. You can see, hey, I said keep posted about when the Venus retrograde business and Venus square Neptune is over. If you join the Facebook group, yeah, I can be your Facebook stalker. If you join the Facebook group, then you'll find that I post a lot of the astrology videos that I watch as well. There'll be loads on there about the new moon by the time I get to post them, because a lot of them I've watched on my phone and therefore I haven't had a chance to post them yet. But other than that, let me know what you think. Your next readings, no idea, probably the monthlies. I haven't quite worked out my scheduling yet. I might be able to fit something else in the meantime. All right, cheers.